So today we are going to do now the interesting part in this one is coming that the meditation today we did, it was also about the unveiling yourself, right? Finding who I am. And now at that time of his life, Ramakrishna Paramhans reached a point where he needed something different. So we know that he had a guru called the Brahmani was the Bhairavi was his guru till now, the Brahmani Bhairavi. And she taught him all the 64 Tantra. She taught him that how to worship Krishna and Rama. And he had so many good experience according to it. Now the cosmos now understood that he need to get more. Now it is his time to get more knowledge. So from where he will get knowledge? Now he needs another guru. So Totapuri came. Totapuri was the name of a monk who was a wandering monk. Like he cannot stay longer time to one place. And he was like a sannyasi, maybe an Nath Sampradaya, some sannyasi or something, a Shav Upasak. And he used to live on Himalayas. So from there he came down and when he saw Ramakrishna Paramhans, then he said that now Ramakrishna Paramhans needs the Vedantic knowledge. So why he need the Vedantic knowledge now? Because till now, he was in the duality, right? All his work was in the duality. It was like Krishna becoming Radha, like for Ram becoming Ram's parents. So it was only, there was a Kali and then there was the Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, like the Kali's son. So now it was his time to move fast. So many people have this question all the time. If I'm not planning, if I'm not doing, how the things will happen in my life? If you are really good, if it's time for you to move on, the cosmos will send somebody to teach you, guide you, or give you opportunities. So that we can see here. He was such a small priest in a temple, so nobody knew him. But the cosmos planned for him that his Dvaitavan is done, duality is done. So now he has to go step into Advait. So this new Totapuri came, and one of his name was Nangata, means the naked one. Like these kind of monks, they hardly wear any clothes in their body, right? So just wandering naked. And he started teaching Ramakrishna Paramhans the philosophy of Vedanta, the non-dualistic philosophy, which I try to teach all the time. So that is the highest most philosophy, right? The highest most. Nothing is more than this. So he started teaching that the system like where you can understand the reality of the Brahm. The Brahm is what? The supreme Brahm. So reality of the truth, reality of the Brahm, and the knowledge of Satchit Anand. Right? Satchit Anand means existence, knowledge, and bliss. Absolute, totally blissful. So he started telling him the how to get the knowledge of Satchit Anand. Why the Satchit Anand? Because where the truth is there, there is no space. We talked about that. Whenever we go beyond the deities, beyond the murtis, what we see? That it's a kalatita, there is no space. So beyond the space, nobody dies there, nobody takes birth. It's that kind of purity there that no birth happen, nobody dies there, nothing appears, nothing dissolves. It's a little bit tough to understand. Maybe slowly you guys will understand. Everyone is immortal there. Everything is immortal. If the things are immortal, they don't need to take birth and they don't even need to go and buy. Recently, I was reading an article about quantum physics, and the scientists are telling that it's not true that the death happens. Right? So they were, I didn't read the entire article, but whatever I read, I understood that they are trying to figure out that death is a myth. And I was laughing that our rishis knew this, that death is a myth. So nobody was born and nobody is going to die. It's the cosmic energy flowing on, and we all just come up and go down, come up and go down. The energy will be always there. We are there or not there, it doesn't even matter. But these all things, it was very hard to make Ramakrishna Paramhans understand, because he was so much established into the bhakti, the bhava, the bhakti towards Ram and Krishna, the bhakti towards Kali, that suddenly you come and tell him that, okay, now we are upgrading, we are going to the different level. He will be not ready to change. Why? Because the Maya, the illusion, she's so powerful. She's magnificent. She controls like everything in this entire world. Everyone's mind is in her control. So whatever he had a personal god, right? Like Kali, he had such a good relationship with everything. Now this everything had to break. This was the time for Ramakrishna Paramhans, that all the myth, all the duality inside him has to break. And this was really, really very tough time for him. Now he has to understand the cosmos, the universal spirit, like Atma, that what does the Atma mean here? What does the Brahma means here? So he started teaching him, and he started making him go into the deeper meditation. So till now he used to do meditation, but in the meditation, it was not Nirvikalp, it was Savikalp. Savikalp means that there is always another option. So when you are in deep meditation and going into stages of Samadhi, if the God is permanent there, it's kind of cervical stage, that, okay, there is something you are holding on to it. There's something other than you, right? But when we cross the line of that and go into Nirvikal, there is nothing. And crossing that border is like hardly 1% people do in this earth. Most of the people go to the cervical and stay there, because for them, leaving their God, leaving everything what they were doing, it becomes very hard. But somehow, if you are able to cross that line, then only you can experience the pure consciousness. Before that, it gets very hard to experience the pure consciousness. So he started. So the Vedantic way is of a negotiation. It's not a believer or something like that. Oh, somebody is saying and somebody is believing. No, it's too much negotiation goes on. So it's the negotiation in the language, Vedantic language. It's called neti neti. Means not this, not that, not this, not that. So lot of debate happen, and renounces happen. Like, okay, if this is not for me, let me renounce it. I don't need this. If something is good for me, I will keep that thing. If something is not good for me, I'm going to renounce it. So renunciation happen in Vedantic path, that, okay, I don't need this. This thing is making a border around me. What we were doing in the unveil meditation, the things which are not real you, right? The things which doesn't matter to you, we were trying to take out all those things away from you. So many of the changes and modifications happen in the self, right? Suddenly you cannot say that I went into Nirvikalp Samadhi. No, the inside change need to happen. The ego need to come down, right? You need to understand that there is no two, there is only one. There is nothing called two, there is only one. So what happened in the duality, Maya is always behind. Maya is always behind us, and we get controlled by Maya. We get controlled by illusion. But when we cross that level, right? When we cross the level where the Maya doesn't control us, a real man comes out. A person who doesn't have delusion of creation. The person doesn't have like, okay, what have been created and how to create things. It doesn't have any delusion. You can see it clearly. Then taking care of whatever creation happened, then destruction after that, a person can see all those things very clearly. When you are under control of illusion or Maya, you cannot see things clearly. For looking at things clearly, you need to cross that level. And leaving the Maya, it's not easy. It's very hard. So the teacher started teaching him that now you have to step into Satchit Anand. Now you have to experience the real bliss, right? So many times I have told, right, the bliss doesn't happen till you go into the Nirvikalp stage. Nirvikalp means there is no other option left. There is nothing else left at all. So we have to go into that stage. And in this stage, what happened? All the doubts, whatever doubts comes to you, right? All of us have so many doubts. All the doubts just disappear. The massive acceptance comes. It's like purely pure acceptance. There is no doubt. You are not going to say this is not right or this is right. Whatever it is perfect. It was meant to be like that. So he wanted to take him into that level because Ramakrishna Paramhans had that kind of mind, that kind of capacity to go into that state. So this this teacher came, and he started forcing him to sit down and meditate. Before that, what was he? In the love of Kalima, he will be sitting in front of the deity, feeding her, doing different kinds of pujas and other things. But now what happened? He was like just settling into self, right? When you are settling into self, there won't be any movement. So when inside there won't be any movement, the outside also will become still. So Totapuri wanted him to go and understand these things. Then he wanted him to understand the difference between I and mine. How does these things work? He wanted him to understand the difference between the past, present, and future. The person who is into the self, into the pure consciousness, that person doesn't have any past and it doesn't care for any future. Because the present is very fulfilled. In the present state, that person is so happy that the past doesn't matter and the future also doesn't matter. It's like settle into self. So he wanted him to get into that present situation, that you are present, you are settled. And he wanted to make him understand that the Brahm, not the Brahma. I'm not talking about Brahma here. I'm talking about the Brahm, the main power. That Brahm manifests itself in different forms, different ways. And that self create everything around us. In that level, there is no concept of any kind of good or bad, right? There is nothing pure, there is nothing impure. Everything becomes equal. Many times I tell this in our sessions, right? Everything becomes equal. There is no good, there is no bad. There's nothing to judge. Who is there to judge? So the difference between object and subject disappear. We are the subjects, right? And then entire nature is the object in front of us. So we need to go to that height where the difference between subject and object disappear. The subject merges with the object. It becomes one. So Totapuri wanted him to realize all these things and go into the Nirvikalp Samadhi, the pure, the highest stage of the Samadhi, where nothing else is left. All the knowledge comes in that stage of Samadhi. all the manifestations work in that stage of Samadhi because there is nothing, only the pure space. And many times people enter into Nirvikalp Samadhi, it becomes very hard to come down. But if they have a cause, a mission for this world that they have to do something, they easily come and go, come and go. So he was kind of like that he was easily, Ramakrishna Paramhans was easily able to go into Nirvikalp Samadhi and then after that come out of that. So Totapuri was the Punjabi. He was like from Punjab. He was not a Bengali. Ramakrishna Paramhans was a Bengali. But he was like a sannyasi, and he was the leader of a 700 sannyasi group. So kind of a mahant or a big teacher who trained youth, the disciplines of Advait Vedanta. And for that kind of people, the entire world looks like an illusion. Whatever they say, oh, it's just covered with Maya. It's just an illusion. The world doesn't matter to me. Even they laugh on the dualistic worship of God. Right? They think that till the God and goddesses are there, you are into duality. So somehow some of the saints goes to that stage, then they doesn't respect any of the ceremonies, any of the rites, any of the rituals, because constant practice of not being in illusion makes them go far from the dualistic practice. And sometimes these kind of things gives you a ego, ignorance, where you think that nothing matters, only my knowledge is the right knowledge. And people become like that. Many times they become very proud, very they ignore everything around. They are like, no, this is the knowledge and this is my thing and I know the right thing. They think that they are not attached to any of the rituals or any of the things around, but they are really attached to their own thinking, the way they think. So he was that kind of teacher who was like very strict and just believe that whatever is around, it's Maya, and he doesn't have any concept of any god, goddess, rituals or puja or anything. So when Totapuri found out that the Ramakrishna Paramhans is ready, like a student of Vedanta, so he said that let me initiate you into the sannyasa. But before that, Ramakrishna Paramhans was married, right? We all know he was married. So, and Ramakrishna Paramhans' mom used to live with him in the same house. So he was very concerned that he did not want it to hurt his mom. So he told him, whatever rituals you have to do, just do it very privately. Don't tell anyone that I took sannyas. Because some of the things of the Advait Vedanta, for that you have to become a sannyasi, for the very higher kind of knowledge. But it's always a debatable thing that who is a sannyasi here? The one who renounces everything and goes in the mountain, that is a sannyasi? Or a one who is living in this world or not getting affected by any of the thing of this world is the sannyasi? Right? The two things always go together, that who is the real sannyasi. So Ramakrishna Paramhans was like living in the world, doing everything, and from inside he was sannyasi. So being a sannyasi from inside always matters. From outside, it doesn't matter that much. So then they had a day. They decided on a day that, okay, this is the day we'll do the ritual in the morning and you will become Ramakrishna Paramhan. You will go into the sannyas tradition. And at that time, Ramakrishna Paramhans saw, when he was getting prepared for this ritual, he was into Panchvati, was a place where he used to sit and meditate in his garden, in the Kalima temple's garden. And at that time he saw a small brown man with the beautiful eyes and long dark eyes full of light and slightly veiled. His eyes was like veiled, not fully open. And he saw that that man is coming near him. That man has a very high temperature because Ramakrishna Paramhans used to get so many experience. So this was one of the experience, high temperature. And this one just came and merged with him, with Ramakrishna Paramhans. So Ramakrishna Paramhans thought that till now, I used to see that the deities and gurus are merging with me, but who is that person who doesn't look like a deity or anything? And that person is also coming and merging with me. And then after that, it came into his mind that maybe this was a anger or something bad thing around him, which was kind of showing the presence, because Ramakrishna Paramhans in the spiritual path, he used to get too angry. Always he used to get very fast angry. So later in the book, he said that maybe that was the anger inside me, which was coming in front of me. Then after this, that the Totapuri did a burning ritual, right? Havan, which you say, to destroying the attachment with the relatives, friends, body, mind, sense organs, and everything, ego and world, like everything, a ritual that you have to do. We think that when the fire is there and the flames are coming, it makes us free and pure. Like whenever the burning happened, what happened? Everything is gone, only ashes are left. Nobody can say that when the fire was there, was it a like good thing was burning there or bad thing was burning there. So he saw that they have put the Havan, the ritual they did. And then after that, he put a thread on his hand, right? For the holy witness, right? Why do we put the thread? For the witnessing that, okay, we are doing certain things and the fire is the witness, the thread is the witness. And after at that moment, you are very far from the caste, society, sex, and everything. Whatever discrimination you have in your mind, all those discrimination just burns in that fire. So he was doing that kind of ritual with him. Then he uttered many mantras. And after that, he asked him to try to go deeper and manifest the self, to understand the self, that how the self works. Now the teacher asked him to go into deep meditation. And whenever Totapuri asked him that, what are you experiencing? Like how I was asking, what are you experiencing? Every time this man will say that, oh, I see the Kali. Oh, I see the Kali. It was so hard for him to go beyond the deity. It was very hard for him. He was so attached to it. And this was the real Maya, right? Whenever the Maya dominant, every unreal things become real. Whenever we are in the illusion, all the unreal things become real. So this unreal things become real, and it was not letting him go into the deep meditation. Then to make him deeper understand, the Totapuri told him the knowledge is very shallow. If you are able to see different things, if you are able to hear different things, because your mind is running all the time, so that knowledge is very shallow. You need to go into the deeper knowledge where you are not seeing anything, you are not hearing anything, your all five senses are in your control. And after that, he told him, just leave behind all the duality. Why did he told him? Because whenever he was closing his eyes, he was only looking at Kali. So Totapuri told him, if you are just looking at Kali, then the pure knowledge will not come. Let her go. So in other language, people say that he gave him a sword to cut the Kali. So the sword means here the knowledge, the right knowledge to unveil the veil. And it helped. It helped into the unveiling the veil. And after that, he attained the Sat Chit Anand, the infinite bliss. Before that, till the duality was there, the emotions were attached to it. So he was going, touching, and coming back. But when he removed the Kali, removed the duality, Kali means here duality. Kali means here Maya. So he removed the Kali, he removed the Maya. Then he went into the pure Satchitana Anand stage, the pure stage of Advaita, the purest stage of the Brahma. So I think this much is okay for today. Page number 29, yeah, we did.